Wrestling fans throughout the world, I believe that we can all agree that there's a little bit too much toxic masculinity.
Hey, Kit, are you there? I'm a true real man. Feel it in the motion. Get Wilson, the antidote in motion. Get Wilson, baby. No one can top it. Feminine fire. Yeah, I'm the topic.
Don't be toxic!
Welcome to WrestleMania with the podcast. I'm Dylan Shields. We talk Raw, SmackDown, wrestling news, and some fun top lists. With that being said, ring the bell.
Give that man the world title yesterday. But welcome to WrestleMania with the podcast, our first episode since right before Saturday night's main event, before Cena's retirement. As always, I'm Dylan Shields, or tonight, Buddy D, along with the Big T Taste Test himself, Troy, and Matt, as always. And
interesting four-way how you do in the panels. It's very different than we've done before. I kind of like it. It's very unique.
yeah. Oh, yeah, we're very vertical. We got the iPhone verticals the way we are, so we can barely see our backgrounds.
Even though I'm on my computer.
For those that are listening, if you hear, Matt's got NXT on the background. Sure
my boy Saquon Sugars is on TV right now. We're defending the tag titles.
Against?
Of course he is. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the main roster and the Royal Rumble specifically and predictions. But before we get to that, since the last time we did this podcast, it was when Gunther tapped Cena out. I posted a short that got a ton of views on all of us being devastated to Gunther tapping him out. But ever since, we've had some intriguing world title matches, world title changes. It's been very interesting. I'll start with Troy here. What do you think, or how have you liked the landscape of WWE in this new year, 2026, trying to improve from kind of a down year in 2025, whether it's guys like Drew winning the world title or other scenarios? What do you think so far, the build to this Rumble?
It's weird, because I feel like the build, for me at least, the Rumble matches seem less important than AJ Styles' probably last match. Like, that's kind of like the main build. Like, I'm going to be honest, besides Roman and a few others, it's the Rumble. You know, I'm always excited for the Rumble. But, okay, so I'm trying to think. So it's just the Rumble matches and AJ, right? Am I missing a match?
We got Drew Stavy 2 at the Rumble.
Okay, they just only announced that last week. Okay, I can't fault me on that one. They've had almost like 1 week of build for that. I mean, it's tough for the Rumble pay-per-views. Like, I'm excited. I'm always excited for the Rumble. I know we're not going to be able to watch it live because fuck Saudi and your fucking time zone bullshit. So that's going to piss everyone off. But, yeah, I'm more excited just for the AJ Gunther match and the Rumble itself. Either Rumble.
Completely reasonable. I would get that with the hype with that. Matt, what do you think of WWE in the new year and the build to the Rumble this year?
I think so far it's been okay. I mean, we've only been this year for only 3 weeks or so. So, I thought Saturday night's main event that just happened this past Saturday was pretty good. You could tell that they're slowly starting to form what's going to happen at WrestleMania this year. So I feel like maybe the build for WrestleMania might be better than last year. If that makes sense. Yeah, this is the year without Cena. He's completely done. So I don't know if it kind of feels like a new era, but I think
they say that every year.
Yeah,
they do. They say that after every Raw at this point.
I think we'll get a newer era at WrestleMania, and I'll elaborate more on that.
Okay.
We'll get out of the Ruthless Depression era. Hopefully, that Troy famously said.
Listen, I love calling through this depression era, but we'll see. We shall see. I'm just thinking, is it just Elimination Chamber before Mania? Or am I forgetting like a
Yeah.
Saturday Night
Yeah.
event?
Yeah, it's no longer what Vince used to do when he'd have like 3 pay-per-views between the Rumble and WrestleMania for no reason.
Just Chamber, okay.
No, he would have like Fastlane and then Chamber.
There might be a Saturday night's main event before it, maybe,
Yeah.
but that might be it.
Okay. I was just trying to think off the top of my head. 'Cause
And you
maybe
mentioned, Troy, about the short build. Well, having Saturday night's main event close to the Rumble doesn't help with the build.
Yeah,
As good of a show as I think it was a pretty solid show overall. Doesn't help with the build, but nonetheless, we might as well get right into it. We'll start with the WWE title match. The new champion, I can't believe they finally rolled the ball with him, but Drew McIntyre versus Saudi's own Sami Zayn. Before we get to complete predictions, we'll start with that this time. What are your thoughts on Drew shockingly being a world champion and then Sami getting this number 1 contender spot in Saudi?
I think it was overdue. I think Drew winning the title was the right decision. With last 2 years, Drew kind of just been kind of there. I mean, he won the world title in 2024 at WrestleMania 40, but immediately lost
That didn't
it.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he had a great, amazing feud with CM Punk and everything. But other than that, he kind of just been there just to take loss after loss. Especially Cody. I think Cody needs to stop being champion. I think he's had decent runs with the title. I don't want to say they're bad or anything like that, but I think it's time for someone else to carry that championship. Because literally last year, the only 2 people that had that title was Cena and Cody. And I think it's time we give it to someone else, like Drew McIntyre, or so forth with someone else. Maybe give a title to Orton, maybe eventually, something like that. So I kind of had a feeling that Drew was going to win 3 stages of hell for some certain reason.
I may or may have not spoiled that via text to them.
You did.
Yeah, you asshole.
You actual piece of garbage.
Well, I blame WWE starting in Europe early because it started on Netflix at 2, but it didn't air in the USA till 8, which I didn't know that.
Well, you got to figure, by the time 8 o'clock's here, it's 4 a.m. in Germany.
Well, that's that weird. It's that weird dynamic with Netflix streaming internationally for every other country, but we have to deal with local TV and ESPN. So,
yeah,
only in the U.S. do we get screwed out of that stuff. But yeah, like Matt said, overdue. I think is the perfect word for it. I think it creates unpredictability too for the road to WrestleMania and just for champions. We don't need to have long reigns every time. When Cody and Roman were champs, we kind of knew how long they were going to be champ for. Now with Drew, we don't know if he's going to lose Saturday, if he's going to lose to the Chamber. Will he hold it till Mania? We don't know, and I think that's a good thing with unpredictability. Troy, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
I was so happy that Drew won. Yes, long overdue. This man should have won this world title last year after his white-hot feud with CM Punk. And then he kind of did nothing all last year besides an endless feud with Damian and then Jelly Roll, which is weird. It still fascinates me that they did that 3 stages of hell match on SmackDown. Why not just do that on Saturday night's main event? Why have it on a random Smack? I don't know. I also thought it was a very weird decision to do it on SmackDown. Like I said, I'm happy Drew won. It's just weird timing for it, but I guess they wanted to have actually some build to the Rumble match.
I think too. SmackDown was in Europe, Germany. It gets a hot pop. Also, the next day he had a live event in his home country. I think that's the main reason why they timed it the way they did.
Okay, fair. Okay, that is fair. Yeah, I don't think Drew's gonna hold it for long. I'm just not sure who he's gonna face, so he's kind of like a dark horse spot. And when we get to other predictions, that's gonna lead into other stuff. So he was a pick that I wanted to see win the title, but I just fully didn't. So I don't know where they're gonna go with this one.
Well, building off to that, we'll stick with you, Troy. Who do you think's winning this?
Drew has to beat Sammy. Like, come on. I think the only way Sammy's winning the world title is probably next year when he wins the Rumble in Saudi. That's the only way I can see him winning it. I don't see him winning it now. Like I say, because Drew just won this thing. I at least think Drew's gonna hold it till Mania. That'll probably be the earliest he loses it. To who? I did. That's a tricky situation for me. So I don't know, but I know at least Drew's holding on to it till Mania.
All right, predictions king, I guess. Matt himself.
That's right. Look at that smug son of a bitch. And he has every right to be smug. He gets all this shit right. He's part of the booking team. Can you book Kit Wilson to win it?
He might be in it.
We haven't said the Rumble match. We just said the world title match, the WWE title match. Are they still calling it unified, or did I miss the show? Is it just the WWE title again?
I think it's still WWE title.
Okay.
Back to my prediction. All right. When everyone came to see,
Hogan must pose. Fuck.
I agree. I agree with Troy. I think Drew's going to retain. There's no way Drew's going to lose the title to Sammy. I think we save Sammy winning the title at WrestleMania next year in Saudi Arabia. As for who's Drew going to face at WrestleMania, I kind of have an idea what's going to be. And I know Dylan kind of said it in the text prior or whatever. But after Saturday night's main event, I think that's kind of where they're going towards. So
we'll see. We'll see. Depends what happens in the Rumble matches. But yeah, I'm gonna agree with both of you that Drew's gonna retain. Usually, big champions like that, like you don't do that title change and have him lose on the first defense, even if it's Sammy's, I guess, second home in Saudi. The crowd's going to be electric for it, and it'll be a good match. They have good chemistry, but yeah, I'm just happy. I'm just still enthusiastic that they finally did something different with the world title, and they gave it to a guy that's deserved it, really, even before the Punk feud and everything. He's deserved it ever since he got screwed by Roman and the Bloodline. He's deserved it for a long time, and he finally gets his due here. On the road to Mania 2, a perfect time for a guy like Drew to win. Keep the momentum going. Drew definitely retains over Sammy. And we'll see if he's champion till Mania. I could still maybe see him losing at the Chamber, but rumors keep speculating that now the title changes have been changed. It was supposed to be Cody Roman, apparently, but now Triple H scrapped that. We don't know what's real, what's not. WWE Unreal reveals a lot, but they're not going to reveal that until probably like later this year. But yeah, Drew definitely retains to me. I'm looking forward to this prediction the most specifically because of one man, and that's Gunther versus AJ Styles with Styles' career on the line. And the reason I'm looking forward to this on the most is because my man Matt went on a texting tirade about Gunther.
He blew up
and
our
the way he's been
he
booked.
was so upset.
Ever since the Cena tap out, he's been going off about Gunther. Matt, I might as well let you have the floor. Go off on Gunther.
Well, first off, I just want to say Saquon Sugars just retained the tag titles, so I'm in a better mood right now.
Fuck yeah.
That's good.
All the tag teams are fighting each other right now. Anyway.
As you do.
So, I don't think Gunther... man. He's going to win. He's going to win everything at the Rumble. And then have 5 matches at WrestleMania. and then he's gonna win King of the Ring again. He's gonna win Money in the Bank, so that way no one can cash in on him for any of the titles he held. And then he's gonna win the King of the Ring. You know, I think he just gets pushed way too fucking much. I don't mind the guy. He's an amazing wrestler. He's a great ass heel. However, the way they've been booking him since like within the last year has just been way too fucking much. And I'm surprised neither of you see it.
Yeah, we disagree.
I think
You're the
he's
only
great.
one that.
I don't understand why you don't agree with me. I mean, he retired Goldberg and Cena last year. And now, granted, you could say, okay, Orton had that gimmick as well where he was the legend killer. But Orton wasn't pushed to the same degree at the time that Gunther is. So it's like when you have him win the world title twice, he had a long Intercontinental reign. I mean, if you look back at the NXT days, the longest reigning NXT UK champion. You talking about how he won King of the Ring? He's won, like I said, he won 2 world titles. He was the longest reigning Intercontinental champion. I mean, he's been, I think, in every Rumble he's been in like the final 4 every single time.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, he's gonna be in the final 4.
And could be well again.
Well, yeah.
But it's just way too much. And like I know I'm not the only one, even though you two disagree. I'm not the only one that kind of has been saying,
Because we're not whiny IWC people, Troy and I. We're sophisticated fans.
Well, not even just that. Like, one of my coworkers, he was like an old school wrestler. Like he watched old school wrestling, but he hasn't he watched recently, like within the past year, some stuff and all that, and he doesn't understand why Gunther is getting shoved down our throat. Like, he even knows that, like, okay, why is he retiring Goldberg? Why is he retiring Cena? Like, why is he the one to be doing all this stuff? And he's only watched this year or this past year. So, he's like the heel version of Roman Reigns.
That's where you lose me. It's just because because I think what you're missing is you're supposed to hate this. That's the whole point of Gunther's character.
But
you're supposed to.
There's a difference between
Roman. It was worse because you were supposed
He had
to
go
love
away
him,
heat.
and no one liked him.
That's the thing. That's what I'm referring. Like, this to me is not.
He's got go away heat.
Because he's a heel. I want him to step away or just not be booked so much. Like, the only time period that he's had within the last 3 to 4 years where he did barely anything was when he faced Pat McAfee.
God,
that's the only thing I can think of that wasn't like for a championship or in the King of the Ring tournament or retiring Goldberg or retiring Cena or, winning the world title twice. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the fucking Rumble this year. Like,
and me and Troy would salvage every second of that.
Yeah,
he's breaking your fucking TV. It's
in your guys' faces.
But like I said, it's just like I just feel like that's the point. Is Gunther's character? Gunther's character goes for championships and goes for the accolades. That's just who he is.
That's his gimmick.
Compared to go away heat, I don't think Gunther really has that compared to like Baron Corbin, for example, when he retired Kurt Angle. That was go away heat. Or
that was different though. Corbin
all those years in WCW and TNA. That was
Corbin didn't have good gimmicks. Corbin.
I also point out Gunther is a much better wrestler back when better than Roman was back in the day when he was being pushed down our throats, and he's a much better wrestler than Baron Corbin. So I think him being pushed down our throats is more acceptable because you're actually going to get enjoyable matches compared to Roman and Baron Corbin where you weren't. Roman would eventually become a great wrestler, but like 2015, 2016, his matches were
I'm going to put down
that's my difference.
A prediction for this year. I guarantee you, from now to the end of this year, people are going to want Gunther to stop getting shoved down our goddamn throats.
Pin
Whether
this,
it's the
and we'll come back to it at the end of the
IWC
year.
or if it's people in the arenas or whatever. I'm making a bold prediction that within this whole year that people are going to be had enough of Gunther. Not just as, oh, he's a heel, he's a bad guy, you're supposed to boo. No, people are going to just be outraging about him on the internet, not just IWC, but in general. Kind of like how, I mean, with Jey Uso, where now you could say it's IWC because, like, you know, when he does
that's like a weird dynamic. IWC can't stand Jay, but the fans love him.
Yeah.
But the thing is, too, like, I saw, like, what was it, last week on Raw or two? They were booing the fuck out of Jay. And then when he made his entrance, they all started doing the eating. Like, I heard that they were doing, like, a whole promo with the Usos or something like along the lines of that, and the crowds were booing the absolute crap out of Jay, but then when he made his entrance, everyone was eating.
The power of that,
Power of entrances, yeah.
yeah. Fuck, I don't know. I was like,
Yeah,
Jey Uso's
but
also not a great wrestler, so I also will bring that point up that he's also been.
and that's the funny
but
thing is people are upset about Gunther being overpushed, yet I'm still upset. A lot of people are that he tapped out the Jey Uso at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's another thing that
I don't mind
sense.
Gunther losing that at WrestleMania, but him tapping, that kind of lost it for me.
Yeah,
in terms of
he
his
should've-
character. Should just got pinned.
or roll up or some shit.
Like, he makes John Cena tap out, but he taps out to Jay prior. And he just tapped out to AJ, technically.
But in a smart way. But off of that tirade Matt had, I'll go to Troy here for a less, like, enraged opinion. What are your thoughts, not just on, like, the Gunther be the career killer, but the fact that they're doing Gunther Styles. We'll go more into, like, Styles territory in terms of talking about him. And this retirement thing possibly ending more abruptly than we thought.
I mean, it's been 10 years in WWE at the Rumble. I've been seeing a lot of posts where people have realized that, like, over this year, he's actually faced, like, a lot of his, like, classic opponents. He won a title again for, like, one last run with that tag title run. Put on some amazing matches. So we probably have seen AJ Styles, like, retirement tour. Just John Cena is a bigger star, so they pushed his more than AJ's. But I don't know. I kind of would find it fitting. Honestly, I love AJ. He can still go super heavily. I would love to keep having him wrestle, but if he wants to go, he wants to go. And I think at the Rumble, because we're not going to do it at, like, here's how I would fantasy book it. If AJ doesn't retire here, he retires in TNA. Like, he does for, like, a Brown for Glory match. But I know that's probably not going to happen. Like, he'll probably just do promos, which is fine. Like, that's fine. So if he's going to retire in WWE, the best moment is at the Rumble where he made his iconic debut 10 years ago. Which is still crazy that it's been 10 years. Like, shit don't feel like it's been that long.
Matt, what are your thoughts since you talked about Gunther more on the style side with, again, the abrupt possible retirement?
See, my head thinks that this is it for AJ. Just because, like, hearing about it and everything like that, it just makes sense and all that, even though I don't, like, agree with it. But my heart is telling me that AJ is going to win. And that this isn't it. But it's a whole big swerve that makes you think that it's it. Like Troy mentioned, AJ hasn't had his last run with TNA. I doubt that he wants to retire without going back and wrestling TNA one last time. I think just this past Monday Night Raw, CM Punk for the world title and AJ Styles. The fact it just ended in a disqualification.
But that
a match that
tough. And I love Finn too, being in the world title scene, but during Punk Styles,
like, fuck off, dude.
Part of me thinks that they're going to have a rematch. Or something along the lines of that. I feel like there's no way you're having AJ Styles' last match on Raw and in disqualification. I don't see that. So with that booking, the fact that he hasn't went back to TNA, hell, personally, what I've been predicting is that Finn's going to win the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. I was thinking he would defend the title against AJ Styles at SummerSlam. And then do like a whole too sweet moment thing. Like I have like seen like different things of how they could go with this. And another thing is that Nakamura went on social media or something like that and revealed that this is it for AJ Styles.
I did see that, yeah.
They planned this last year, that Rumble was going to be the last time, and Nakamura said, okay, I want to wrestle you one more time. And they set up the match. And then all of a sudden, Nakamura deleted that tweet. I do not think Nakamura did that on purpose to spoil us this match. I think it's a huge swerve. I think, and I know it's the AJ's contract is also supposed to be done in January or February or whatever it's supposed to be.
February.
Yeah, I heard that too.
That doesn't mean he can't wrestle without like a contract. He can extend it for the rest of the year or something like that. Or just wrestle without a contract. We've had other wrestlers done that before. Whether it's TNA or
been a while since no contract wrestler, but yeah, that's true.
I will say one way or the other, they've done a good job of seeding that plan of doubt, because I think at first when they booked this match for the Rumble, I think people were kind of thinking AJ automatically wins. And then the Nakamura thing happens, and then the Punk thing happens, and then we start to be like, man, is this really it? And if Matt's right and it is a swerve, that's a heck of a swerve. I'll give WWE credit if they do that, for planting that doubt, making you think that's it. So I think it's a good idea in theory, but sorry, guys, I'm going to break Matt's heart. I think Gunther wins. I just think if you, like, why book this as a career-threatening match? Styles wins, and then he's going to retire later, and then it's like, oh, is this really his last match or whatever? It just feels a little weird to do that. So, and the way Gunther's been booked as a career killer, I think you don't want him to lose that momentum by having him lose like that. So I think Gunther wins, probably puts him to sleep, similar to Cena. Now, if Styles maybe pulls a swerve and is like, I'm done in WWE, but I go to TNA one more time, could be possible. But either way, I think Gunther retires Styles, unfortunately. It's the way they're doing it. Him versus Brock has been rumored forever, and Brock's retiring soon. It's where they're going with Gunther, whether you like it or not. But Troy, do you agree with me?
I do. I think it would be silly to build up. Like, I would, Matt, I think the swerve would be cool. I think it'd be something very different. But I feel like if you do the swerve with Gunther and Gunther loses, you kind of neuter his character that they're trying to build up. And like I said, they're going to force it down your throats, but it's clear that that's what they want to do. So why swerve them and kind of derail that? I don't get the booking behind that. Like I said, swerve sounds cool. Sounds cool. Like if they didn't have him already retire Cena and like I said, retire everyone else, I think it'd be fine. But since they're already, like I said, continually building this up, I don't see why they would just have Gunther lose like that. I don't. So I'm thinking Gunther retires AJ.
All right, Matt. Are you going with your head or are you going with the heart? Swerve or no swerve?
I swerve when I drive. I swerve.
Is he still over? I've not watched AEW in so long.
That theme don't exist.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what theme did you use now?
Something stupid.
Some is more badass and dark.
It's not as good.
He's still over. He's still
okay.
over. It's just
He's
the theme
still over.
change.
He's like the one.
I saw him come out to the Green Lantern ring gear. That was pretty dope. I like that.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna say AJ.
Oh, okay. First
I believe in AJ Styles, just like I believe in Joe Hendry. But yeah,
that shit to get the Rumble.
as one, just to be separate from you two, because I feel like if I just go with,
I mean, let me get
That would be the
match.
best like predictions thing ever. Just
We
coming
all
down to
agree.
that.
but at the same time, you know, am I expecting Gunther to win? Yes. I think that's
And it'll be the greatest crash out in history.
We will film it.
good thing we're gonna be at your house, Dylan.
Oh,
I'll hold his
God.
face right there for you to punch.
Yeah.
Breaking
good thing
news.
we're having it at your house.
Breaking news for everybody, even though it's tough to do a live stream because like the Rumble's gonna be at 2 and we're not gonna be watching spoiler till around 9 o'clock because somebody had to work till 9 o'clock. But
I'm sorry, I don't have PTO. I just started my new job. Fuck you. I don't have PTO yet.
we're still gonna stream it just because it's probably the best pay-per-view. It's good as it gets to live stream. I streamed it with my college friends last year and it was amazing. So we're doing it again at my house. So just please don't watch spoilers. If you somehow want to watch the pay-per-view later, then watch it here on WrestleMania the podcast. Please. We're gonna have more than just the three of us too. We got more people coming over.
And if you've already seen it and you just want to see our reactions to the events,
that would be even funnier.
you already know if Gunther wins, but you don't say anything for me, so
Anticipate the
that we have to
reaction.
just crash out at Dylan's house, then by all means.
Please, we don't want to see your mustache, Matt. Please don't scare our viewers. Anyway, on to God, the Rumble matches themselves. We'll start with the Power Rangers Royal Rumble, aka the Women's Royal Rumble, because man, I feel bad for them having to have to be completely clothed. That really sucks.
I kind of just wish the Women's Rumble was in a different fucking place than Saudi.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's the only thing about if Gunther retires Styles, going back to that match, that would be sour. Is he retires in Saudi?
Not like Atlanta.
I don't have a problem with it being Gunther, but in Saudi, I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, on to the Women's Rumbles. We did this last year, and I'll go over it again how we're going to do it here, since the Rumble is always the most fun to predict. So we're going to do our first 2 entrants from each match. We're going to predict if there will be any surprises in the match. We'll predict who is the Iron Woman and who lasts the shortest. Who do we think will be number 30? Our final 4 and final 2, and then our winners of the matches. So we'll start. I'm going to start with the predictions king. Gotta keep saying that, Matt. Who do you think will be the first 2 in the Women's Rumble?
I have no fucking clue.
This Women's Rumble has been booked terribly. Like, I don't even know who's in it at this point.
This Rumble's going to be, because remember last year's too, where there were entrance musics that we didn't know who the hell they were. We were like, who is this person? That's going to be probably, unfortunately, very similar this year.
They could literally do like a surprise entrant in like 1 or 2, and we won't even know.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I got my first 2. Now, this also applies if I say they're 1 and they're 2, it also counts. Just let that be known that if it's reversed, it's still the same. I think the first 2 entrants is going to be Becky Lynch and AJ Lee.
Ooh.
Okay.
Interesting. I think it's going to be a little different than that. I think the way AJ Lee, since she just got back, they're kind of like limiting her a little bit. She was a little limited in the War Games match. They're trying to like take their time with her having matches. So I don't know if I see AJ coming out that early and lasting that long. I could be wrong. My first 2, I am going to go with Rhea Ripley and Jordynne Grace, the 2 powerhouse women, as my first 2. I think that makes sense. It's kind of a dream match. Jordynne Grace teased going after Cargill. She's in the Rumble. I think a powerhouse starts of the Rumble like that makes sense.
Well, I'll throw some names out there. I do think Becky Lynch will be one of the 1 or 2. Because spoiler alert, I think Becky Lynch will probably be the Iron Woman. I just think this might be like her one last Iron Woman. This might be her last one. If I recall, she said like on, I think it was on Real or whatever, this is her last contract. So who knows how long that'll go. So they might be like one last chance. So give Becky a long run. I'm actually thinking number 2, and this will also be a surprise, Belair. She's been gone since Mania.
Ooh, her at 2.
Perfect time for her to come back. Have ample opportunity. You can do Belair versus Jade at Mania. So yeah, have her at 2. And probably also Iron Woman at 2.
All right. In terms of surprises, you already spoiled one of them. If that's probably going to be the most popular surprise, I think out of all three of us is Bianca. I think she'll be there. I'm not even counting. I typed AJ Lee because she's not announced, but she's 100% gonna be in
She's
it.
gonna be there. I mean, come on.
It's funny because every year it's been like, oh, she's gonna be a surprise entrant, and we have no idea if she's gonna be. This year, it's like she's the most likely surprise entrant in the Rumble this year.
Yeah.
She's gonna be there. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. I'll also say, too, Tiffany Stratton. I think she's teased coming back. I think she'll be a surprise return. I'm also going to go with a legend here to return. They usually seem to do that with the women every year. And it's going to go to the most annoying podcaster on the WWE planet, Michelle McCool, as my return.
Destroyed the Dead Man podcast.
Because Undertaker's usually backstage at these shows, so I would assume Michelle's with him. She's on the road with him now, everywhere at WWE shows. I think it makes sense for her to come back. I respect her, Michelle, but she's just not a good podcaster, man. I hate to say it. Bring back the other host Undertaker had.
What that one dude? That one dude was funny.
I think his name was Matt. I'm pretty sure his name was Matt.
Any correlation?
It's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
You got fired. Taker fired you.
God damn it.
Surprise-wise, yeah, Belair. I mean, we're probably gonna have a TNA gal, so Lee, Knockouts champion, could definitely be in it. I can definitely see her. And then NXT, they always throw in NXT women. I'm guessing like Tatum Paxley will probably be one of them. That's my guess, or Blake Monroe. That's my 2 options for NXT. I don't see anyone else, but then again,
Blake Monroe fully clothed. That's a sin in itself. We have to see that in Rumble. God.
Yeah.
Anyway, Matt, what are your surprises?
Other than the obvious ones we've already covered, I would say for NXT, I would say Blake Monroe. I would also say the NXT Women's Champion, JC Jane.
I keep forgetting about JC Jane. I'm gonna be honest, she's so fucking forgettable.
I'm pretty sure they're both rumored to get called up. Whether it's like right after Mania or if it's at the Rumble or whatever. Other than that, I have one big legend return. Paige here.
Whoa!
She's out of AEW. You could do that.
I think. Well, the thing is, she's been gone from AEW.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's gone.
And I know
if she comes back, her and AJ need to have a moment, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. They're gonna have a moment in the ring. Hell, they might team up in the Rumble for a time being.
Good.
That's right. They teamed together
At Mania.
That makes sense. My Iron Woman, and that's gonna go a lot to how long I think each person's lasting. I got Rhea. I think she's one of the biggest stars. It makes sense.
I got Bianca.
Ooh, Bianca.
I'm trying to think who they want to have last long. I'm gonna say
I
I had an option and I was like, I'm taking back it. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who I expect to be in the Rumble and who I think could.
Don't worry, I just got to edit all this shit. So
be like
time.
in the final four. Yeah, oh yeah, no, don't worry. I'm gonna say Tiffany.
Tiffany. Okay.
That makes sense. Who are y'all's number 30s? I'll go a little different. Start with Troy.
God, 30. Yeah, I can't use the Bianca because I said she would go the distance. from 2. Do that again. Tiffany at 30. Or Paige at 30. Hell, if Paige is coming back. Tiffany or Paige.
Matt, who's your 30?
I would say page 30.
Paige? Makes sense. Mine's Bianca. I think it was back and forth between her or AJ Lee, but AJ feels too obvious that she's coming back, while Bianca, we haven't seen her in forever, so that just makes sense. But yeah, Paige would be a huge one. My final 4, I am going to go with Liv, who's probably the favorite to win, or one of the favorites to win. Bianca, who's one of the other favorites to win. And I'm going to have Rhea and Io as my 2 other final 4s. I was back and forth between Roxanne throwing her in there, but I think they might do some Judgment Day drama where Liv eliminates her by accident or something. But that's my final 4. It's some of the biggest stars they have. I just think it makes sense.
I got Becky, Belair, AJ, and I'm going to say Tiffany as your final 4. AJ and Becky eliminate themselves, and then it's down to Tiffany and Belair.
That's why I didn't have AJ and Becky in the final 4, because I think they're going to do that eliminate themselves at the same time spot at some point.
They still can do that final 4-wise. Like I said, I think Becky probably will go a distance, but not the full Iron Woman, but still both her and Belair probably would go the distance. But no, Belair would finally eliminate Tiffany for Bella to win.
All right, Matt, who's yours?
I'm going to say Bianca, Tiffy, Liv, and I'm going to say AJ Lee.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I think Charlotte Flair.
And I think Becky will, even though got eliminated, she'll be the reason why AJ gets eliminated.
She comes back and tries to throw her out into some shenanigans. Okay, I can do that.
I could see that. I have Liv Bianca as my final 2, the 2 favorites. Makes sense. Final 2 of the chamber, but I got Liv winning this Rumble. I got the odds-on favorite winning the Rumble because Bianca's already won a Rumble and Liv hasn't, and I think that makes the difference. I think the way she's been presented, WWE, the way they're pushing her, I think it's inevitable for her to get one. I think it's her time this year to win it.
I am going to say the final 2 is Liv and Tiffy. And I think that Liv is going to win as well. The reason why is to bring it back to the last, 2-3 years or so. Liv was the runner-upper for 2 or 3 years in a row. So I think it's time for her to actually win it this time. So.
Okay. And she's the runner-up in the chamber matches every year, too.
Yeah. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like I said, I'm doing Belair Tiffy with Belair winning. I just think storyline-wise, you can do Belair versus Jade at Mania. They still have not done that match yet, and I think this would be something for Jade to do, and I think the storyline-wise, they can have a good build-up for that. Because I guess, if Liv wins, she can face Becker at Mania.
Well, I was going to ask Matt, since we both have Liv winning the Rumble, what do you think happens with the Women's World Title? Do you think it stays with Becker, or do we think something else happens?
I think Raquel is going to win the title.
Ooh.
Sadly. But I feel like she's going to lose it to either Liv or Roxanne or something along the lines of that. I don't know. And I think that it's going to lead to a triple threat at Mania.
That's what I kind of in a cocky way said, I'm calling this right now in my text. I was a little cocky saying that. But I think it could definitely happen. I know it'd be weird for Becker to lose it this early, But I just think the story's right there with the Judgment Day and the way they've been teasing it. For Raquel to win the world title, Liv to win the Rumble, somehow Roxanne gets involved in this match, and it's a triple threat at WrestleMania.
I'm going to change my winner. I think Roxanne Perez is going to win.
This is the second year in a row you picked Roxanne, dude.
Well, here's the thing. I think it makes more sense. If Roxanne wins the Rumble, Raquel wins the title, but then say Liv gets a title match or something and wins the title from Raquel, and that's how you can lead to the triple threat where Roxanne walks out as champion.
I just think your fever dreams. You have a crush on Roxanne. You want her to be pushed so bad.
Listen, I mean,
I did too, but my God. So I guess now we all have different Rumble winners. So
yeah,
you gotta go different. You gotta go different. You know,
that's true.
It's all about unpredictability.
Now the men's.
Well, we'll see at the men's if we have that. Yeah.
Oh, I
do.
Trust me, I do.
My first two, it's going to be not even a rematch because the match didn't even happen because they were brawling the whole time of Saturday night's main event. I got Cody and Jacob Fatu is my first two. Just feel like it makes sense. Cody, every Rumble's been late in the Rumble. I feel like this is the year where he's finally going to enter early and last a while.
Okay. If I recall last year, one of us said Penta and Ray, right? Was it me? I think it was me that predicted that for that Mania. Or was it Matt?
I think it was literally as soon as like Ray came out, we expected it was Penta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one.
No, I think on the podcast we did this last year. I think I guessed that.
I think I might have. One of us did. We
watched the episode after this.
No, you won't.
Fuck. I don't know. Dick. Here's gonna be the funniest damn thing. So there's gonna be a surprise entrance, another surprise, and we're gonna bring it back to I can't remember which Rumble. We're gonna have Kit Wilson as number 1. Number 2 is Chris Jericho. They're gonna have a 2012 reference. Could you imagine the fucking pop? Okay, listen. Fuck you. Don't matter. That shit would be hilarious. You can't even deny that. I want to tell you what right now.
You think Jericho's coming out at 2?
He's going to get eliminated by 10, old fuck. He's not going to fucking win it. What are you talking about? He didn't sure as hell get in and get out.
Anyway, Matt, who's your first two?
I'll do you one better. I'll predict what number 3 is, too. I think Jacob and Cody are the first two, like Dylan said. And Kit Wilson's number 3. He comes out.
So Kit Wilson's still in the front.
He's talking about he's going to get rid of toxicity out of WrestleMania and bring masculinity. And then he's going to get in the ring. He's going to get in the ring. Jacob and Cody are getting beat the absolute fuck out of him. He's going to get tossed over, probably the shortest in the Rumble. That's my pick. And
spoiler, that's my pick too for the shortest.
I mean, yeah.
Kit Wilson's going to get eliminated. He's going to be like, "You're toxic. You're toxic. Both of you are toxic. I'm a true real." And he just
he walks out.
That's what I predict.
Well, since Matt and I basically predicted our shortest, Troy, do you agree with us?
Oh, no, Kit Wilson's going to get immediately eliminated. I think it's going to be Chris Jericho.
Jericho ain't going to be 2. I'm not going to say he's going to be 30.
They've done it before, ways 2. Was it 2012? Where it was like Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo?
Yep, 2012.
Can do the exact same thing.
Well, speaking of Jericho and surprises, I think that's kind of, again, the obvious surprise. It'll probably be the big one is Jericho, but it's kind of like the worst kept secret that he's coming back, and it makes sense. I think LA Knight, if that kind of counts since he's been out for a while, will be there.
Yeah.
Here's my NXT guy. I think Ethan Page is going to be in the Rumble because he's been rumored to get called up. He's been pushed pretty good as the North American champion. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. And I'm going to do a TNA one that's been in NXT. I'm going to go Leon Slater to be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, just a spot that makes sense for him, the way he's been used in WWE TV along with TNA. And I know I took Matt's pick because he had a frumpy face about it.
You literally said every one I was going to say.
Time to get creative. Well, I guess that leaves Troy then.
I have creative.
I got one.
Okay. Here's what they're going to do. Number 12, Ludwig Kaiser, El Grande Americano. Number 13, Chad Gables on Grande Americano. Then we have 2 El Grande Americanos in this fucking match. Doing the fucking doink spot, the mirror spot. This shit's going to be hilarious.
Rail and
my
Rob
God.
are going to enter, and they're going to be like,
Oh, fuck.
They'll do
who's who?
the Spider-Man meme. Do the Spider-Man
Exactly.
meme.
It's going to be hilarious. And that's why. So Chad Gable's coming back. TNA-wise, probably Santana, since he's the world champion. They usually put the world champion in there. I'm trying to think. Who else is like...
Well, let's let Matt predict so you don't take
Yeah.
too many of his picks, because I'm afraid we're going to steal all of his surprises.
Yeah, you've said almost majority, but there was one person you haven't said. Hangman and no.
Yeah. Hey, man.
No. It's going to be the returning Elton Prince. No. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Oh, yeah. Royce Keys, they're going to call him.
Debut. And he's supposed to go straight to SmackDown. I forget what name they have a name for him.
Royce
And
Keys, isn't it? I heard rumors it's Royce Keys.
yeah, Royce Keys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
It's
going to
actually
be
a good name for
You know
one.
what? I have an even better prediction. Because Jacob Fatu believes McIntyre attacked him. And McIntyre's like, I didn't attack you. I believe McIntyre. I think it was Royce Keys.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that match would hit. Well, also got to realize, Oba Femi's in this Rumble. These 2 big titans of Royce Keys.
Big
and
man,
Oba.
stop it, man.
And Oba's not surprised considering they just announced it on Raw for some stupid reason.
So that's actually, let's go to the Iron Man.
I knew he'd be in the Rumble. Oh, I'm going to give a quick
Oba
bonus
might be a
prediction,
surprise.
kind of like a fun prediction. Oba eliminates Lesnar. There's my pick. I think he eliminates Brock.
I think Oba's going to be the Iron Man. Surprise Iron Man. I think he's going to last a while and dominate.
I think the opposite. I don't think he's going to be the Iron Man. However, I think he's going to have the most eliminations in the match.
Yeah.
So, as for Iron Man goes, I was going to say Sammy, but I don't think he's going to be in the Rumble now, considering he has the title match. I'll say Oba too. I'll say he's.
It just makes sense for him to dominate. Like,
well, I have Cody's mine just because I have him entering early. I just think it makes sense for him to be the guy that lasts forever. Yeah, makes sense.
That or Gunther, obviously.
He already broke that.
You know what? No. You know what? I changed my mind. It's not gonna be.
Oh God, here we go.
It's gonna be Gunther. He's gonna be the Iron Man in the match, and he might even win it. After
I will say this. I think Gunther gets the most eliminations. I think we've forgotten the Women's Rumble to mention that too. But yeah, Gunther is my pick for the most. Oba will get a lot, but the way Gunther's been booked, I feel like he's going to eliminate and break a lot of hearts and last a while. But yeah, Cody's my Iron Man. My number 30, call it predictable all you want. It's the most predictable number 30, but Jericho. It just makes sense. The dude's in his 50s. There's no way they're going to have him, like Troy said, last that long. So number 30 makes sense to have him in a big spot to face a lot of big-time stars.
Roman, number 30. I'm going Roman. They already announced he's going to be in the Rumble. And saving him.
I just don't think number 30 is going to be someone that's been announced. I just don't think so. I think it'll be the surprise. Sort of surprise.
Sort of surprise. I don't know. There's been some years where that number 30 is kind of worthless.
Yeah, last year was Logan Paul, and we knew he was in it. Too.
I'm going.
So it's like
I'm going the opposite route. I don't think Jericho's 30. Because we had Edge at not 30. He was like 23, I think, when he returned.
Yeah.
21 or something.
I think he was like 23 or something. I don't know. Anyway, I think Jericho will be around in the 20s range, but he's not going to be 30. I think 30 is going to be disappointing and upsetting. That's why it's going to be Gunther.
Yep.
That makes sense.
This guy.
And I will die. I will die at Dylan's house if that happens.
It's going to be storyline gold.
I will walk out.
You don't even drive. You're going to walk home in, 10 inches of snow?
Yeah. More than that. Anyways, on to our final four. We'll go Matt first. Who's your final four for this?
Gunther obviously is in the final four. He always is.
My God.
I'm going to say Cody, because obviously Cody has to be in the final four. I'm going to say Braun Breaker and Logan Paul.
Ooh, Logan. Ooh, little vision story. Interesting. I think that little backstage thing on Raw kind of convinced that a little bit when he was like, we're going to help Breaker win the Rumble. And maybe if that's the final four, this might not be the case. Troy, who's your final four?
Final four. I got Roman, Cody, Breaker, and Reed. Bronson Reed. So I'm still doing like the Vision kind of storyline, but instead of Logan, I got Reed.
Well, I got pretty much.
I think Theory is also an option now that I think about it.
Well, I pretty much agree with you on everything except Reed. I think Gunther's in the final four, along with Roman, Breaker, and Cody. It's the four pretty much most pushed people right now, and it makes sense for that to be the final four. And my final two, because they teased it at Survivor Series and because all these plans are changing now for WrestleMania, it's going to be Roman Cody to me. It's going to be the final two. They're going to have like an Undertaker, Shawn Michaels like final two where it lasts forever. And you guys are probably going to hate this pick, and the IWC will too. I think Cody's tying Stone Cold for the most Rumble wins. I think Cody wins the Rumble because we're going with WrestleMania. What Matt said earlier with where we're going now with the world title and where that picture's going, it makes sense for Cody to win. It doesn't look like Roman's going to be in the world title picture. Maybe he goes after Punk, but I don't know how likely that is with Breaker in the picture. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I got Cody winning the third, and they're not doing a full-fledged heel turn, but Cody's starting to plant some seeds a little bit. With the way he talked to Fatu last week, with the way he's acted since losing, I think they're cooking up something for Cody. He's not just this goody two-shoes like Cena was. Like, there's something going there, but I got Cody. Sorry.
Mad unfortunate. I got Roman Breaker at the final two. And I actually think Breaker's going to do it. I feel like this is Breaker's year. I don't see Roman winning another one. I mean, because like I said, yeah, would he go after Drew again? Who already beat? Or Punk? I mean, he could. Roman could go after either two. I just don't see Cody. I think Cody's plan is probably like a hardcore, like something with Fatu. They could extend this Fatu feud till Mania. Or Cody could win the Chamber as well. He doesn't only have to win the fucking Royal Rumble every goddamn year.
And the Roman factor, too, I just don't know about giving a part-timer a Rumble win either.
Yeah.
That's a big factor.
Well, like Breaker, if Breaker wins it, that's, like I said, that's him as a star. You build him as the next star, and then you can have him finally be Punk at Mania.
All right, Matt, it's on to you.
I have a left field pick.
Ooh, I like it.
Originally, I was going to say Braun Breaker was going to win. However, I think the final two is going to be Cody and Logan Paul.
Oh!
And I'm going to go with Logan Paul.
Oh,
Oh!
fuck off. No.
I think it's going to be a thing where Logan.
Bias.
I feel like it's going to be a thing where Logan's going to try and eliminate Cody, but also eliminates Braun Breaker at the same time. And Logan's going to do it. They sort of teased it last year. But if you also think about it, when Punk won the title, who was the first person to come out to CM Punk?
Oh, God. Logan Paul. You're right.
Before the Vision.
Ooh.
And Braun Breaker did have a title match already, but we haven't had Punk versus Logan Paul. And I think, too...
You think that's the WrestleMania match?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Regardless if you like Logan Paul or not, it's a great business decision. Because you have Logan Paul with his fans. Jake could promote it. Their buddies could promote it. I think the new era is going to happen after WrestleMania when
my God,
main event happens and Logan Paul wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
Fuck off.
Whether you like it or not, I think that's the decision they're going to go with. And
I'd rather have Gunther.
But here's the thing. I think everyone's going to be happy for Logan Paul except for Braun Breaker. And that's what's going to cause a little distension. I think Breaker and Bronson Reed will win the tag titles later. I think Theory will win the Intercontinental Championship later. And Logan's title reign is going to go all the way till next year when Braun Breaker beats him for the title.
Jesus, you're fucking Logan Paul like Roman Reigns here.
What the fuck?
I said it here first. Now, if it happens, Troy might have been right that I'm a booker for WWE, but you know.
Well,
it's all completely wrong. You're
the sad thing is why I'm so mad is because the more you talked about it, the more I'm starting to believe that it's a pretty big possibility that it could happen. Especially with the Raw backstage thing.
Look what
Logan's
year.
Big in Saudi. He's huge in Saudi.
Look who won last year. No one expected Jay to win.
True.
What was in the final three?
I just think ending the Rumble on a note like that, if it's because I think it's going to be the main event. Boy, I mean, I guess Logan Paul, it's kind of like me and Troy's Gunther argument. You're supposed to hate whatever he does.
And I think Punk, too, is going to be upset, pissed, and frustrated. He's going to be like, I've won this title. I've defended against the Warrior and Braun Breaker. I beat Finn Balor, who I respect, who's a great competitor. I even beat AJ Styles before he retired and all that. And I knew I was going to lose the title. But out of all the people that I could have lost the title to, I lost to Logan Paul. I could see him being pissed at the fact that it was Logan and not someone else.
But here's what I want to ask you, Matt. Where does Seth fit into all of this? Because you know Seth and Breaker eventually have to go at it with what we saw last time with Seth. You got to remember that.
I was going to say, we didn't pick him for the Rumble. but I get no.
He might return for Mania, but Rumble, no. He's still recovering.
Yeah, he's still got time.
I said, you know what? I don't think he'll come back on Monday. I think he'll go to SmackDown. I think he go because I think it's very long.
No Breaker feud.
I think it's long overdue for a draft.
Yeah, we've not had a draft in ages. I will say that is true.
I feel
they
like
never actually have a proper draft because they always go to Raw or SmackDown anyways. They never live up to that.
I feel like they might do something like that post Mania. And I don't think because I know Seth. I mean, Seth could be a complete wild pick for a return. I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's actually out for a good while. If he were to return, it'd be right after Mania. That's my
Can
opinion.
we shout out to WWE Unreal for trying to make themselves look like geniuses? Like, oh, no one knew about Seth's injury. I'm pretty sure everyone in the world predicted that SummerSlam injury was a work. Everyone was saying,
come on.
stop trying to be geniuses.
I wouldn't
Fucking
say
Road
everyone-
Dogg
I would
is
say
like-
people were saying that could be a possibility. I don't think people were like, "Oh, this is totally for true. That's not an injury." I think some people were just questioning. I think a lot of people were just questioning: is it actually real or is it just part of story? Which
Well, Karma hit them with Seth's actual injury in a spot that he didn't need to do, but oh well, makes the world title scene a lot more interesting, I'll say that. But that was our Rumble picks, and that's going to do it here for this podcast episode. Like I said, we'll be live streaming later around 9 o'clock, 9:15-ish, depending on how fast of a driver Troy's brother is. But see you then for the Royal Rumble and the
Come
Road
back
to
to
Mania. Have a great week, guys. And remember,
I said which kind?
no toxic masculinity.